Edward Gal, Glocks undercover. The suffix there, NOP, meaning the horse has been given support by the Dutch Equestrian Federation to stay in Dutch ownership going forward to the next Olympic cycle. Edward was the winner of the Western European League. He just pipped Jessica von Breda-Vendel with his result from 's-Hertogenbosch. Undercover won at Odense and was second at London Olympia to Vallegro. Team bronze at the World Equestrian Games last year for Edward when he was riding Glock's Voice, the horse he rode at the Gothenburg World Cup qualifier. Edward Gal, Glocks undercover now for the Netherlands. London Olympics combination have been on the podium at the last two World Cup finals, Gothenburg and Lyon. Edward won the 2010 World Cup finals, and he was second here at Las Vegas in 2005 with Ling. Winner of the Western European League with 75 points off good results. He only had 4 starts on the league. You need 4 scores. Very, very elegant presentation, not the usual way we're used to seeing extended trot, but when we think back to Totilas, very, very similar. So team bronze and individually 9th in the freestyle at the London Olympic Games when they were quite a new combination together. And freestyle, they were probably only riding it for the second time at London. So very, very early days, but we are trending in excess of 80%. Edward is going the right way about standing on a World Cup podium again with Glocks undercover. Those extended trots, they look very good, but they're perhaps, overall a little bit contained. Sitting right down on the hindquarters there in the Piaffe. The one detriment in Piaffe Passage of having a horse that is so good behind is that you go brilliant behind, your eye immediately switches to the front, and in this case you are a tiny bit disappointed. And not the best and most ground covering of walks. In that extended walk section, transitions to collected walk along the short side. Again, it just feels like it's not really going anywhere. It's lacking a bit of energy and struggling there with that transition, which is a shame. And thinking back to the walk, which all just looked that little bit constrained, and that it will come back to the collectives as well when the judges think about the walk as part of their paces mark. But back again, we've got Piaffe Passage going very well for Glocks undercover and Edward Gal for the Netherlands. perhaps say about this horse is he is quite a hot horse, and if anything in the arena was going to distract him, this is perhaps the horse it would happen to. We've seen it there in those two important transitions coming into Passage from the Walk, and there at the beginning of the canter as well, not the cleanest upward transition. Edward riding these two tempies carefully over towards the cup in the corner. Very correct in the positioning of that change, and of course the change itself at the end of the extension for Edward. Edward Gal blocks under cover for the Netherlands. Edward, one of 4 former World Cup champions in our field here at Las Vegas. Nice and well-ridden canter zigzag. They just didn't come as cleanly out of that corner, and Edward just using a stride or two to set the horse up, and now he perhaps doesn't have the room to let the horse go forward on the 15-1 tempies as he normally would. You can see our trend is dipped below 80% as well. We're on 78%. It would still be good enough for second place in front of Stefan Peters. I think Edward would have liked to have finished the day over 80%. This horse scored 88% in freestyle at Odense in Denmark. Change maybe not quite so straight. Wonderful second pirouette. So onto this final centre line. Piaffe Passage playing to this horse's strengths. It's pretty good across the board. I think it was the walk really that's going to have held him back the most. You can hear the shutters of the cameras completely in sequence with the diagonal pairs. So working his way to the conclusion of his test, a penultimate combination here, and one who could absolutely feature in the final shake-up. It is the Dutch rider, Edward Gal, and blocks under cover.